FM 91.3. It's the Flying Dutchman and Carrie Chong with you on the morning drive. And joining us here in the studio, welcome back, Eunice.
Hi.
Eunice Quek from the Straits Times. And today we're going to talk about this matcha craze, right? Matcha mania.
Even though there is this incredible shortage, it seems to be, the demand seems to be stronger than ever. What is drawing Singaporeans to matcha?
I think it's not just Singaporeans, to be honest. I think it's like a global craze. I was in Tokyo a couple of weeks ago, and the lines for like matcha drinks and all were also crazy.
Right.
And I think that's kind of fueled the craze here as well, right? It's kind of like the new coffee, I feel. So people who may not drink coffee go for matcha instead, because you do get that caffeine fix
Hit.
as well. But it's trendy. You know, there are many variations of it. A lot of young people are, you know, having like little cafes and all that have matcha. And when I was talking to some of the cafe owners, they were saying that like matcha and coffee pretty much rank similarly in terms of business sales. Actually,
Is it now the it drink here?
I would say
reckon?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're running short on matcha. When you went to Tokyo, did you have any trouble getting your matcha fix?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
So honestly, as a consumer, I don't feel it.
Yeah.
But I also think that might be because the shortage could be of perhaps a certain grade or a certain type.
Yes.
That honestly might be too expensive even for us for like the general public to access.
Yeah.
Correct.
I did ask some of the business owners about it, and they said that some of them actually don't feel it at all. But to be safe, they were like diversifying their suppliers just to make sure that they have a supply of it. Yeah.
I see.
Because to me, to me, matcha has to be hand done. It has to be done properly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't do it.
Yeah, so we're not talking about the ones in the tea bags, okay? We're talking about the matcha
yeah.
powder, where you have to use a whisk, all right? And then whisk it in a bowl to get this green paste somewhat. I haven't been able to master the matcha latte at home. I bought some, and then complete with the whisk and the bowl, but it's hard to replicate the kind of creamy, flavor.
My daughter used to work in a cafe that did matcha. And it took her close to 3 months of practicing it every day.
Oh, because there's a technique, right?
It's the technique.
Yeah, all right. We're going to go on Facebook Live right now and talk more about these creative and unexpected ways that matcha has been incorporated into our cuisine. Join us there.
The Morning Drive.
Okay, matcha has been brought into our cuisines.
Yes.
To me, matcha is a drink.
There's FD, he's like, no, he's a purist, okay? He's like,
purist, yes.
I love a good matcha latte.
Yeah,
right?
so do I.
I
Yes.
feel like it's refreshing. There's lots of antioxidants. It's just tasty.
Milk in matcha.
Try, okay? Don't knock it till you try it.
Nonsense.
But when I looked at the article that you wrote, right, you sampled quite a number of interesting things that had matcha in them. Tell us more.
Yes. So I think the one that jumps out the most would be make sure I get the name correct.
Yeah.
The matcha curry grilled masala chicken.
See,
from
too many countries there already.
Curry, matcha,
Masala.
masala.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes.
This is available at this place called Equatorial.
Correct.
Right?
Yes,
And
it's a new
how
restaurant.
did it taste?
It actually, I know it's very hard to believe. I know the photo probably doesn't really help it, but it actually does not taste as scary and bad as it might look.
Actually, it's funny that you mentioned the photo because as much as I would go matcha on curry with chicken, it does look damn good.
Okay, the
wow.
color is not the most appetizing.
No, but it looks juicy. It looks flavorful.
It is.
yeah, but
You know-
can you taste the matcha?
Yes, you can.
Oh.
And I think that's the interesting thing about matcha, because it's not naturally sweet to begin with, right? It kind of has like these like bitter notes to it, right? Some people say it's very umami, right? That fifth.
please, love.
I mean, whatever you make of it, but okay, let's go bitter.
Yeah, bitter. See, bitter
Right?
we know. Yeah.
Yeah, so that slightly bitter notes, I think it kind of lends very well to savory dishes as well.
Yeah.
And this dish, this matcha curry situation, didn't just come out of nowhere. A lot of thought went into it from the chef, and basically, it was somebody who had told him that there is such a dish in Uji of all places, like what's always known as like the motherland of matcha, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's not just let's put these together.
Right.
I think they've been very clever with this dish too, because what vegetables they do have are not going to clash with that matcha either.
Yes, and it's
So they're
actually
very clever with that.
quite a rich curry. So it just kind of coats, the chicken really well.
Right.
You really should try it.
This guy
could be persuaded. Maybe
Matcha latte, lowers barrier to entry, right? It's like no, cannot. Then this grilled masala curry matcha.
I said it looks good. No, I said looks good. Looks flavorful. Looks juicy. Doesn't mean I'm gonna eat it.
Okay.
It took me 30 years to try green curry.
Oh yeah, that too. You heard the story, right? He's like, curry cannot be green color. It means spoil. Expired.
Right. Yeah.
Now, matcha has become somewhat of a lifestyle here. What do you mean by that? People are turning it to it like a status symbol or something.
I feel so. Yeah, there's this whole term, matcha girlies, and then you've heard.
Really?
Yeah. So people love to carry around their coffee. Matcha's that new thing.
Oh, that new. I look good as long as I'm carrying a matcha.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I've seen. I mean, like you carry, right? Like you have your whisk and everything. I've seen so many people posting online about I've bought my whisk too. I'm gonna make my matcha at home. Because it's too expensive to buy it outside, or it's the new. To me, I feel it's the new coffee. And,
I think if you can make it properly, it's a great drink.
Yeah.
Made properly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Aside from the grilled matcha masala chicken, right? You tried a couple of other things as well in this article.
Yeah.
What stood out to you the most besides the masala chicken?
I actually really liked the matcha toast from Suki Coffee.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with that, the cafe chain, they specialize mostly in their orni, the yam toast. It's actually really good. And with the opening of the Scott Square outlet in March, they launched this matcha toast series. So you can they make the matcha spread in house. Yeah, and then so instead of kaya, it's matcha.
It's matcha.
Yeah.
So matcha with butter, and what is this? Red bean?
Red bean.
Oh, red bean. Okay. And then there's another one with oni.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you try that, FD?
I'd try it.
Okay.
These are one of the few things I'd try. The other one I would try is the beef maize matcha soba.
So that
Which
you are
one?
okay with?
Only because it looks and sounds so interesting.
Matcha soba.
Yeah.
That's nothing new. They've made soba from green tea.
But this is, I don't know. To me, it just looks interesting.
So matcha and savory dishes, yes or no? Yes.
In certain ones, yeah.
But traditionally, it's been made with desserts, sweet stuff, right?
Yes.
So thinking outside the box, how do you think chefs strike a balance, with using matcha in their dishes?
So I think they have to be very careful with using too much, as well as using too little, of course. So you still want to get the flavor, but you don't want it to mask whatever else it is accompanying, like in the case of the chicken. In terms of the soba, I think probably that'll be quite light.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just the underlying tone that you get, because you don't want it to be basically too off-putting.
Yeah. Coffee was fashionable for so long.
Yeah.
Does matcha have that kind of lasting?
I feel it does actually. I feel I think it's kind of become basically together with the coffee in cafe menus. We do have brands that already specialize in just matcha items itself, and I think that's pretty popular nowadays. You see queues, just for people to go in and sit and have whatever mochi cakes and all that. Yeah. So I do think it's to stay. In terms of maybe the shortage wise, I'm sure they have a way to secure all their goods.
I tend to think this shortage wise is probably more, as you mentioned earlier, it's probably more the high end matcha than
Yeah.
Then you're running.
And there are a lot of grades.
Yeah, there are.
So,
There
I
are.
mean, I don't think it's reached a point where we are getting grades that are not great. Yeah, if there's like a general mass, I think that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at this list, right? There's the matcha mizu cake, matcha donuts. Oh, I love that. And then let me see, matcha daifuku. We got to talk about that. What is a daifuku?
Okay, let's talk about a daifuku when we go back on air, shall we?
Yeah, with Eunice from the Straits Times.
I heat up, I can't cool down. My situation goes.
Steve Miliband here on 1FM 91.3 Abracadabra. It's Eunice with us here on the Morning Drive from the Straits Times. Hello, Eunice. So we've been talking about this matcha mania, right? That's swept, everywhere. Now you can not only drink your matcha, you can eat it in a grilled masala curry chicken dish, right? And then matcha is traditionally used in mostly sweet desserts.
Yes.
And I'm looking at this daifuku. What is a daifuku?
Good question.
So we are used to like the mochis, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
this daifuku basically is traditionally stuffed.
Oh,
So like a stuffed mochi.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
so
oh,
in
oh.
this case, this one has red bean.
Ah,
Yeah, I know in the picture maybe it's not that clear.
Yeah.
But it's mochi stuffed with red bean. There's a layer of like matcha ice cream as
Yeah.
well. And then because this brand that this dessert is on is a tonkatsu
Oh,
brand.
interesting.
So they do like the breaded pork chops, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So they bread
The mochi.
The mochi,
That's why I'm looking at this thing and it looks nothing like a
right,
mochi because they
yeah.
put like panko
Yes.
crumbs on it and
Yeah.
fried it.
Yes.
Okay, it's like fried ice cream,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Somewhat,
yeah.
somewhat like that. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I will
so
try
it's
that.
interesting because then you get the contrast of textures, temperatures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting way of, having matcha as well.
Interesting.
What else did you try? Let me see. There's matcha soba.
I think the
is-
most accessible of the lot would be the Mr. Donuts.
Mr.
Yeah,
Yes.
the donuts. Yeah.
Yeah. So they were
I've
pretty
seen those.
popular last year when they launched. They've made it, I feel, even better this time. Little tweaks to how it's presented. So say like they are pondering the famous chewy round donut.
Yes.
They've added like bits of like crispy rice puffs,
Ah,
so you get a
okay.
bit more of texture. And then there's another one where they kind of halve the pondering and then they put the cream inside.
What do you call that? The ring? The
Pondering.
pondering?
That's like the official name for the
Like,
donut.
I'm pondering
Because
what
I had
to
to
have for
pondering
lunch.
what I was going to eat.
I never thought of it that way, but yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So matcha, the like we said, it's a shortage, right? Particularly in Japan, I think. But it doesn't really affect what we have here in Singapore. I'm not sure. Would it be more expensive? I think for people who are serious about like matcha.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Possibly,
right? Because there are
yes.
different grades.
Yes.
There's the ceremonial grade.
Yes.
I don't know anybody who would do that because, that's probably going to cost you a whole lot.
Whole lot.
Then, yeah.
We got a very interesting comment on
Oh.
our Facebook.
Yeah.
Someone said they just tried, and I got to tell you, to me, matcha is a drink, right? And I'm willing to try the soba. Even that chicken, I'm willing to try it. The toast, I will try. But this one, I really want to eat.
What?
Matcha mayo prawns.
Huh.
Ah,
Okay.
wait. Matcha mayo prawns.
Yeah.
How?
So like a wasabi mayo prawn.
It's like a wasabi
Yeah.
mayo. This is a matcha mayo, which I think could really work.
Yeah.
No. So it's just what? Fried prawns and then after prawn fritters and then
You
you
know,
dip
like
the-
you
Yeah.
do wasabi mayo
Oh,
prawns.
I see.
Yeah.
I
This
see.
is matcha mayo
So the
prawns.
matcha is in the mayo.
Yeah, and that could work.
You
I
coat
think
it.
I think that could work.
Mmm.
I feel
Okay.
they're slowly converting.
Okay,
every-
please come back. Tell us where you got this, please. I need to know.
All right. So the article is actually out on Straits Times, right? If you want to find out where to get this matcha curry grilled masala chicken, you go check out Straits Times online. Thank you very much for joining us here today, Eunice.
Thank you
once
very
again.
much. You can also check it out on our Instagram.
Oh, okay.
At Straits Times Food.
All right,
Times Food.
great.
Yes. Please follow us. Thank you very much.
The Morning Drive on 1FM 91.3.